What's up, clone?
Hey.
Hey, girl. So, we are here to do the final review for season 6. This is the third part of the reunion. It aired Saturday, so we're going to talk about that. We are also going to talk about Reality with the King podcast. It went on its first tour, starting with the city of Huntsville and Melody Cherie yesterday. So, a lot of people. Was dropping things into the Facebook group. I got a chance to see that. I also got a chance to see a lot of videos from fellow YouTubers. We're going to talk about it all, but before we do, you guys, y'all already know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe, your notification bell, share this video because that's how others find me right here on YouTube. Make sure you are following me on all platforms at DYANAROZAY, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, okay? So let's get it started, child. All right, we're going to start with the podcast first because I'm still kind of excited about all of the stuff I had an opportunity to see. Shout out to my Facebook group too. Did I say that already?
Mm-mm.
Shout out to the Facebook group for sharing your travels. So members of the Facebook group was sharing their travels, starting with Wanda J. Blige, child. I did not have video of that. Y'all can check that on Wanda's page. But some people ended up going over to the cigar bar, and they said it was actually, kind of fun over there. And then, they just went about town, the town of Huntsville. And on Sunday night, that's when they taped the podcast. It's actually it was filmed live from what I'm understanding. And I guess that some part of the podcast will be in episode 7. So we're going to see it as a part of episode 7, which really sound cool. But this is what the backdrop looked like. If you guys didn't get an opportunity to see it, Reality with the King, it was in purple. They had like a pull down screen because I know that they were filming or playing some of the old clips, like Melody saying, "Well, you should have kept your penis in the household," okay? All of those great one liners that Melody has had since season 1 on screen. It was pretty cool. Um, and I think all of her team was there. Did you see like pictures of all of her team? I think like her makeup artist, her manager.
Mm-hmm. Manager was there. Her brother and her brother-in-law were there.
Yeah, I don't think they're her
Her
team,
mom.
her family. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't.
but that's a part of her family.
Yeah, her brother-in-law. I don't think they're her team. That's her family. Her mother, of course, um, who we have not seen in a long time. Here's her mom though. She was pretty in this. Is that like a purple or a burgundy?
Like
Like
a
a
like
rich
a mm-hmm. Like a
yeah,
burgundy.
out
A
up.
wine, right?
Uh, Now I did see video of her dancing to Child. Who sings back that thing up? Girl,
Ju-
you look
ju-
good once you back that
juvenile.
thing. Juvenile. Yes, and I should know Juvie because I do love me some Juvie.
Juvie.
But sometimes my names cross they slip your mind, child. But when I tell you that Melody and her mama was out there dancing to Juvie, they would speed it up. Girl, you look good. Want you back to think of finally thinking back to think of, and then slow it down. That was hilarious. Anywho, here's Melody's outfit. She is
Oh, pretty.
mm-hmm.
Very
I
pretty.
don't. Okay, I was trying to not talk over you because I know that the mic kind of works funny. Like if I'm talking, I know that you drown me out, vice versa. So anyway, I like the outfit.
Me too.
She has like leather gloves or like a silk glove, maybe. She has a
Mm-hmm.
big ring on the
A big
glove.
ring on the glove. That's cute.
She did not, and she says it says I don't do the gray area. It's either black or white. So she was dressed up for the millimeters and for the podcast. And then y'all, there was a special appearance from another cast member. A lot of people were asking if all of the cast were invited. I think Wanda J. Blige had made a comment like, Carlos King should have invited everybody, not just Melody. Well, child, that's not the case. But look who did stop through.
Now she
Miss,
looks great here.
Yeah, Stormy looks good here. You can tell that she has been working out, child.
She's lost a few pounds.
Compared to when how she came on stage in October, she showed up in January like, baby, eat your heart out, okay? I like her hair.
Yeah, the
Um,
hair's pretty.
so she did it. She did her thing. Melody did her thing. All the ladies look beautiful. All the ladies
Hmm.
look. So outside of that, let's get into the details, y'all, of why people came. Right? We know that when Martell wrote this crazy ass, or his sister, whatever to call what can we call this woman? People call her coleslaw, sides, mashed potatoes, flimsy string beans, you name it,
Mm-hmm.
broccolini. When she wrote this and posted it on from Martell's account to Carlos King's page, everybody was like, "Mother, okay." What is
Mm-hmm.
going on here? Martell talking about show my real life or don't show film me at all, right? That's a threat. That's a threat. Okay. Um, you are making demands that clearly your ass cannot cash. You don't want to cash it anyway. But he made this whole story up saying Carlos King called him and told him to bring Melody flowers, that the other producers were also begging him to do so. He said that under no circumstances would he bring Melody flowers because she has him in court and blah, 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 right? Basically saying that he didn't want
Yeah.
this scene. Melody
Mm-hmm.
the producers wanted the scene. Melody was game for it, so he was just being a team player. And he's tired of how Carlos portrays him, villainizing him, making him look like an abuser or a stalker, and like he wants Melody back when that's not true at all. Well, Carlos did speak on that, y'all. And from what I'm understanding, child, it wasn't great. So I did hear this. Did I shout out Sassy T?
No.
Okay. First, let me shout out Miss Sassy T from the V. I believe that's how it is. That's her
Mm.
title. That's her YouTube title.
Yep.
Anyway,
Right.
she has a video up where she was there watching live. So she has a video up. You guys can check that out if you didn't hear it. I know Black Titanic has video as well. Um, there are a whole bunch of people trending. Here
Uppity.
from Uppity,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Uppity
Uppity
unicorn.
was
Uh-huh.
there. For sure. Okay, so y'all check out all those ladies if you have not already. But Carlos did address this post just like he said he was going to on his YouTube channel. And he basically said that he was very hurt, which I kind of suspected because Carlos does a lot to try to keep Martell okay. But he said he was very hurt because he works his butt off personally and that his production team works their butt off personally. He said that he felt it was an attack against his character. Carlos King said that Martell was attacking his character and his production when his production took time out of their day to leave their families and film that scene with Melody and Martell. Martell in particular. He said that they did that at Martell's request, child.
Oh, what
Martell's
the hell?
request. And he also said, I never told Martell to bring Melody flowers. That was a bold faced lie. Never told
Ooh.
him to bring Melody flowers. He did that on his own, like he usually does. So, whew,
So he got caught and he had to lie to her?
well, we know that. Yeah, he lied to his boo thing,
Her.
whatever she wants to call him, call
Mm-hmm.
her. Okay. I will
Right.
forever say that for as long as I breathe air. Thank you to Miss Kiki Jabbar. Her. I don't give a damn. Okay. That is a phenomenal line that goes right up there. With, wash this motherfucker. Okay. Keep your
Right.
penis in the household. I don't have what did Melody say? I got money to make, not friends to fake. Her
Mm-hmm.
is right up there,
Her.
child.
Yep.
If you didn't, there's nothing else.
That's
Okay.
right. You have no name. It's just her. Yep. Mm.
Right. Not just her, but the finger pointing. The way she shook her hand. Her. Okay, enough of that. Anyway, I did love that scene. Anywho, um, so he wanted to get that off his chest. I did hear someone ask the question. I thought I saw this on Uppity's page. Were charges pressed? And Carlos said, I can't answer that. He went and sat back down. Melody talked about it though, y'all. I did hear Melody's conversation on it because people were asking specifically if coleslaw, why wasn't coleslaw added to the charges? And she said that she did take information down to, I guess, the courthouse, that the magistrate saw the images. I believed it to be the text messages, all the things that we were talking about that started it, right? That Martell
Mm-hmm.
had sent a text message to Melody. She said
Mm-hmm.
immediately after the magistrate saw this image, he said to her, would you like a warrant? And she said, yes, I would like a warrant. And that she couldn't do anything more than put the warrant on who it was initiated with. And that if other things unfold, then other things will unfold if other things are uncovered because of what happened with Martell. So that is all information that seemed pretty solid. That's what we had received too.
Okay,
I know,
so she is confirming that
confirming that it's the revenge P.
that is
Mhm.
the revenge P that he was arrested for, because I know there was a lot of conflicting information, and I was just kind of curious if she actually came out and confirmed it. So that's good to know.
It sounds like she confirmed that part because people were
Mm-hmm.
specifically asking why didn't coleslaw get picked up too? Why wasn't a warrant issued for her as well?
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be the revenge P, and it would
Right.
have to be the image that was in question that
Mm-hmm.
Melody had already spoke about previously. So it is solely with Martell at the moment, and then if she said if things unfold and she's involved or included, then it'll be a warrant for her as well. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I heard her say. Okay, um, but that's major. That's
It's
major.
huge.
So for a lot of people who were saying under no circumstances it's considered a misdemeanor, blah 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 blah, Melody is confirming that that charge that was listed as misdemeanor is
Oh.
the the image, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys. What else? What else did was said? Hold on. Um, Oh, here's a good one. Now, the other day I had posted in my Facebook group, I said that Carlos King says that OWN Network provides therapists for all of his cast. So every member of his cast on every show. So DC, Bell Collective, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Detroit, they all got a therapist. And that for really intense scenes, he will have a therapist on hand, like right there on the set. So there was a scene between, I think it's Letitia and what's her husband's name? Glenn, where Glenn had a pregnancy test done with a woman that was saying her baby was Glenn's baby. He said that there was a therapist there in case she was needed because of the sensitivity. And
Jeez
so he
Louise.
she said it
Mm-hmm.
turns out it was Glenn's baby, but he said that that is the case for all of his shows. And a lot of people questioned it, but y'all, turns out Melody confirmed last night. She said, my therapist is actually here in the building with me right now, but OWN provides a therapist too. There has been a therapist that I go to on set. I do go to the therapist on set as well as, go to my regular therapist, the therapist I've selected for me regularly. So, do you guys remember that Martell and Melody saw the same therapist on the show? I'm kind of curious if it was the staffed therapist right now because this lady right here, her name is Dominique. She had saw Melody. There was a scene where she saw Melody. We got that, and then there was another one where she did a scene with Martell. I had to go back and look that up because I remember there was a lot of controversy around Martell seeing the same therapist that Melody saw. So now that it's confirmed that OWN does provide a therapist for the show, I'm just curious if that was the one,
Mm.
if that could be, the staffed therapist. Anywho, enough of that. Let's talk about the other things that went down. She did talk about Kiki too, child. Miss Kiki Jabbar.
Mm.
They were asking, I guess, what happened and where she is with Kiki. She basically said that she said that after the Houston trip, actually, she said that Kiki had missed her flight to return home, and she said that she had paid for Kiki to take a flight with her back to Alabama.
Wow.
Um, she also said that this is
I
such
wish
a
she
fun.
would stop showing that picture.
It's a funny scene to me. I'm
Oh,
telling you, Kiki gave it all. She gave her all in this show. I hate that people think that it was bad. Kiki really did some good television, some good reality TV. But anyway, she said that she paid for her to take a flight back home to Alabama with her. And then, as stuff started leaking out and they were trying to figure out who it was, you guys remember, some of you may remember Kiki's mother saying things like, they're asking to subpoena phones and things like that. So it became a big deal with production at some point.
mm,
But Melody said it took her too long to admit that she was the person who, might be responsible for it.
yeah,
And we all know the details around that, right? But she said
right.
it might have taken her too long to share those details. And because of it, child, she said that Kiki is blocked. BLOCKED. Okay, past tense.
She's
So
blocked from her, or she's blocked from the show.
she said she's blocked from her phone. She said that
Show from her phone. Okay.
she just said that she said something like she needs people to be genuine with her and that she was giving her a real moment. Her and Carlos talked about it a little bit. I'm going to let you guys listen to the full details of that on, I believe, like I said, it was shared on Sassy T's page, but she just felt like she didn't come forward quick enough or something to that extent. So, and then the last thing, is that the last thing that I wanted to share with y'all on that? I think so. We talked about Kiki. We talked about Mel. Oh, let's talk about the security. I forgot about the security,
Yeah.
child. Security for this one right here.
Mm,
So there was another conversation. Now we know, I believe it was fourth season. Fourth season, if I'm not mistaken, they went to Vegas, and there's a scene where Melody's in her room. She feels like Martell is, violating her space. Martell walked into her room uninvited. There wasn't a door in the lock, which is why she said, "Doors. I need a room with a locked door." When she was in Houston, right? But
correct.
after that scene, Martell was bucking up like he was crazy. Um, but after that, I think that might have been third season, by the way. Third season. Fourth season, Melody comes back to the show and she doesn't film with Martell. She said, "I don't want to film with Martell. That's on Carlos King's podcast. I'm not filming with him this season. Not gonna happen. I need a break." They were also going through things outside of the show, right? Um, Melody was in court because of some other stuff with the kids.
Hmm.
Anyway, it was just too much for her. And she basically said that it's too much. Like, I don't feel protected. I am going through a lot. And that lot is all the stuff that is happening off the show too, because so much goes on. I can't come onto
Right.
the set and be who I need to be to any damn body.
Right.
So
I
Carlos,
got to constantly look over my shoulder. This is
Mhm.
crazy.
So she said, "Listen, thank you guys for giving me security. I appreciate the security that you've given me, but I don't feel protected, period." And he has to go. So we are going to see
He has
what
to go,
happens.
meaning he's gone.
She said he has to go. He got to go. That's all
All
we
right.
know. There's not been a conversation about what happens next, not on Carlos's end. He has not made the announcement. You know that Martell has decided to move forward with an interview on Tasha K's channel. A lot
Yeah.
of people are speculating that he is going to um,
Fly. What he
be
does best.
so a lot of people are speculating he's going to get on one knee and propose to Coleslaw on the show, but we will see what happens. Who knows, child?
Oh, Lord have mercy. All
Okay,
right.
let's get into season 6. So it picks up exactly where it left off. Season 6 final episode picks up exactly where it left off with Melody and Betty. That is
Daddy.
Stormy's mama.
Mm-hmm.
Stormy's mom is transported to sixth grade in this scene.
Yes.
She is
She's a
just
pacifier in a blanket. And I know that you don't have that in the 6th grade, but she did. Betty. Oh my goodness.
go
Oh,
ahead and express yourself.
I mean, the roles are just reversed. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be having to calm your mama down. It's usually the mom that's trying to handle the unruly child, not the child that's trying to handle the unruly mother. But go ahead.
Yeah, Stormy is over there screaming, "Mama, mama." I'm not sure if it's helping at all, the
No.
mama mamas. It just feels lame, lame, okay? But she's saying, "Mama, mama," and then Melody said, "I don't have any relationship with you. My relationship is with Stormy, your daughter. I don't have any I don't know why you are even talking to me." So she's frustrated, and you can tell that Melody's frustrated. And for the first time on stage, I can see that Melody's frustrated because honestly, even when she was having the back and forth with Martell, she was pretty calm. Like,
Cool as a cucumber. Yeah,
you
she
a lying,
was.
okay?
Hmm.
And I'm gonna let you bake in whatever it is you're doing. But she was actually, that was the first time that I saw her get agitated. Like, this lady is off her rocker.
Hmm.
But Stormy finally intervenes and she goes, "Look, look, look. I like you. I like you despite whatever she got going on. I like you, and I want you to know that I don't want what's going on between you and I to be because of my mama. It wasn't because of my mama, it was because of the tweet. And sometimes that can be just too much. That's the reason why Tiffany is leaving right now."
Hmm.
Now, what was your thoughts on that? I'm just I'm curious.
So to me, it sounded like she was saying that um, the internet made Tiffany quit. Like all of the rumors and the things that were going on is
Mhm.
what can cause people to collapse, and it can cause businesses to collapse and people to collapse and friendships to collapse.
I thought that she switched up. Now I don't know if Tiffany had a separate conversation with her. It could be that could be the case too. But I the reason why I bring it up is because Tiffany had three storylines going on. She was talking about her postpartum. Tisha and Kiki were talking about her having an affair with her business partner. Somewhere along the way, I don't know if the rumor was on the show. I think it was on the show. It was said that the baby Ace was not Lewis's, her husband's.
Hmm. I did hear that. Yep.
And then off the show,
Off the show, there was some stuff going on off the show too.
there was conversations had by cast members that she had a dealer, like her and Marceau enjoyed the same extracurricular activities, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So you put all of that onto the postpartum, and yeah, that would be what made her leave. I thought it was weird that she put that out there, like, look, Tiffany's leaving because of this. And I was
Right.
like, "Ooh, that's crazy." That's how I felt. Outside of that,
It was a plea. It was a
it
plea for sure.
you thought it was a plea?
I thought it was a plea. Yeah.
Why?
I thought it was a plea because she was basically saying like, look, you have all this. You built all this. Like why make me an enemy to everybody when I don't have to be, when I can be an ally?
Okay,
Why do that? You have everything. There's no need to make me an enemy.
that is an interesting take, child. Now, I heard her say, "We work hard for what we do, what we got. Like, we work for what we built. Like, we're here doing our jobs, not just the platform of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I
Hmm.
work hard to make myself, the canvas beauty queen. Just
Hmm.
like you work hard to build all of this, like the stage we all sit on." Now, I feel like she was saying that. Like, I'm gonna give you your props. We're only on this stage having this conversation because of you. You built all this. And then she
Right.
added
But
all in it and said, "Well, y'all built it, right?"
right. Y'all, you guys built this. But her whole point was you made your audience upset with me. So she's basically saying, why not try to fix it? Like, why you have
Oh,
everything? Why have everybody come against me when we can be an ally?
okay. That's an interesting take. That's
That
an
was my
interesting
take.
take.
That was how I took it. Only because Stormy and her mother, and I'm guessing this is what Betty was screaming about, but I honestly I couldn't tell with the pacifier in her mouth. But I'm guessing that it was all about what happened on the internet. And if she's saying that basically what happened on the internet turned a group of people against her and they attacked her business, she's saying why not clear that up to make this all better? Why would you sit around and just let that fester?
Well, here's the problem with that. If that's what you think, here's the problem with it.
I
The
think that's what she
internet,
was saying.
and I hear you, but
Yeah.
here's the problem with it. When Melody sat down with Stormy
Mhm.
in season 4 and said, "Did you know that your mother felt this way about me before I became a friend of yours, before I started coming to your house and really, getting myself to a place where I cared about you and considered you a friend?" Stormy said, "Yes, I knew that. I knew that my mother felt this way about you." So when Stormy said, "But despite that, my mother's been like that all of her life. She's always interfered with my friendships. She's always been
Mhm.
the type of person who scared people away. Like that was just who she is." She said, "I'm hoping that we can just let my mom, and you and
Mm-mm.
I can move forward." And Mel said, "No."
Hell no. I wouldn't
Now,
either.
the reason why that scene happened, just an FYI, "Did you know your mother felt this way about me?" is because the internet had found posts that her mother made saying horrible things about Melody, horrible
Oh.
things about the marriage, horrible things about her as a businesswoman, horrible things, I think, even maybe about the kids. She was like praising Tisha and the Scotts and saying that Melody was
Mm.
something else. Okay. And
Okay.
it was that started that part. So when she says, "You could pull your people off of me," I will say that your mother is a part of the people.
Yes, your
Why
mom's a
would you
problem. Your mom's
why didn't you
definitely a
pull
problem. She's
why didn't
way
you
too
pull Mhm. Go ahead.
she's way too involved in what it is that you're doing and being an antagonist on top of it. That's not good. That actually hurts you more than it helps you. It actually doesn't
Right.
help you at all. It completely hurts you.
So you're mad at the millimeters, but the stormy meters was doing the same, and your mother is the head of the stormy meter, or whatever
I
the
was gonna say, are they called stormy meters?
girl, I don't know what they're called. They're called
I
the
don't
weather
know.
girls. I don't know what her group is called. I do know that in the same way she was saying to Melody, "You have a group of people that" your mother was also associated with a group of people that was coming after Nell,
Mm, wow.
and you both handled it differently.
It is hard to see someone that old act so vile.
Oh, child. Welcome to the internet, child.
Wow.
Okay. Let's get into Chris and Nell Fletcher. I don't think it resolved any. Let me just say the resolve for it
It did
was
not.
that
Mm-mm.
she said, I appreciate what you built here. Melody, she said that's I think she said something like, "That's right."
Yeah,
Okay.
Melly said that's right. She's like, she was like, everything that you did here was great. She was like, mm-hmm, sure is.
That's right.
And she
Exactly.
turned her head and was like, I'm done with you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
there's nothing else to give.
Yep. Nope.
Um, but yeah, if there is a millimeter that's coming, there was also a different type of a fan base that was coming for her. So it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into Chris and Nell Fletcher.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get more of Chris and Nell Fletcher, to be honest. I know that it was really focusing on the core group, but I just felt like Chris and Nell had offered a lot this season, and they could have had more than 2 seconds of airtime on this reunion because they didn't get much.
No, they didn't get much. I think the reason why they didn't get much is because the biggest part of their storyline, which would have been Lexi, was nixed from this reunion.
Yeah, they didn't talk about Lexi. They only talked about Junior.
So, out of respect, I'm assuming for Lexi, maybe she asked not to be discussed any further. They did not bring it up. Um, they didn't
Mm.
bring it up at all. It was like it didn't happen, and it was unfortunate. Like that was like one of the major scenes with the Fletchers. the major scene with the Fletchers. But they didn't talk about Lexi. They talked a little bit about the Black Expo, which is, you know what I'm saying? Not a big deal.
Mm.
Marceau kind of BS'd his way through that. Um, because we lost Lexi, it looks like it turned to Chris's cheating. So Carlos started saying, "When did you find out?" and or "How did you find out?" Excuse me. Did the other woman tell you? And she was like, "No, I found out because someone else told me, and I just didn't let up until I figured it out."
Okay.
Um, mm-hmm,
Was it me or did they both seem uncomfortable talking about it?
mm-hmm,
They did to you too? Because the first time that they talked about it, when they talked about it in the comfort of their own home, and maybe that's the difference,
mm-hmm,
they seemed a little bit more comfortable. Not that it was, I can't wait to talk about this with everybody in the world, but they seemed a little bit more forthcoming. I felt like, their lips were glued here.
mm-hmm.
They didn't really want to talk.
I don't know.
Did they feel, I'm wondering if they felt like saying it in front of Mel and Martell was a problem, and so they were trying to hold back? I don't know.
I didn't get any of that. I just think they didn't want to talk about it. I don't think they cared about talking about it in front of Mel and Martell. I think that we see that there is a comfort level with at least
Nail.
Nell talking about Melody and Martell's previous relationship. There's a
Right.
real comfort level there. So I don't think that that is, oh, I'm nervous to talk about our relationship with it. I think that they're just being very guarded about what they share at the moment.
Yeah, I will say when she made the comment, um, there's an arrogance, the arrogance that I see in Martell, I saw in Chris when we were having our fallout.
Hmm.
And I thought, and he still doesn't see it. He's still lost.
And it's funny that you say that because when she discussed the arrogance part, it all like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like Melody and Martell marrying young, Melody and Martell becoming millionaires at such an early age in their lives, being able to, had money at their disposal to buy houses with an S, nice cars, Lamborghinis, nice clothing, purses,
Mhm.
all of those luxury items. And it was very much giving me, how people say, like sports athletes, well, he has
Mhm.
all this money now. He's not going to settle down and make you a wife if you got pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to live, he's trying to live life outside of you, basically.
Mm.
And for me, I was like, it made sense when she said arrogance, and I don't know why. I'm sure that Melly has described him as arrogant before, but because I'm looking at Chris with all of his toys, he likes to drive the nice cars and, dancing and popping around on TikTok. I was like, oh, I see it now. Because Chris is like a very young, in
I
spirit
don't
at
know.
least.
Yeah, he's a definitely a younger persona for his actual age. I totally agree.
Right. He has a very young persona.
Mhm.
And I'm always thinking, oh, okay, he's buying us cars, but he he's earned it. He's lived a life where, we see him got a little gray in his head. And you think that that's when you're supposed to buy the toys, when you're old enough to handle it. You don't think about what happens when you're buying them when you're younger and you're driving up to the store and the hotties coming out, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, looking at you like, ooh, what you got? All of a sudden you hide in your ring and stuff. It's
Right.
because you're going to be a much different man than the man who drives the minivan, right?
Right. Right.
Even though
Right.
he can be a hoe too, the minivan is a very obvious apparent. The guy who's driving the Lamborghini is at the very minimum, even if he is married, he's going to be like, I can
Gosh.
have what I want. And Martell believed he could have what he wanted. And
Just trying to imagine a male hoe in a minivan, but go ahead.
a girl, there's plenty. And he ends up saying that to her. And she said that was what made me leave this relationship. Because he came home and said, I'm gonna keep this one and I'm gonna keep you too. Like I'm a fine piece of china that you get to pick up and put down when you feel like it.
Right.
You don't get to decide how to keep me and under, which rule you're gonna keep me under. I'm not gonna work like that.
He
So
thought
she
he was
said that
irreplaceable, apparently.
he felt he was irreplaceable. You're never gonna leave what I have. And she left it. And I thought that was
Yeah.
an interesting way to put it. And kudos to Nell for even saying that because, you know, it is what it is. But Martell
Well,
thought it
but
was
but she says it, and she said, I saw it in Chris, and that's what I was trying to tell him. Look, you're going to lose everything.
She
If
says
you
that she says that to Martell.
to Martell, you're gonna lose it all if you don't straighten your act up.
Mhm. And he sat there and he looked cheap in the face.
Yeah.
He looked really cheap in the face.
Mhm.
Nell just kinda cut the conversation off. I kind of felt like she was like, "You're not gonna make this about me again." So, at the end
Right.
of the day, they have always been a solid friends to us, and they've never made us choose, and she just ended it at that, like, "Don't make this about us anymore. I don't wanna have another conversation about me and Martell."
Yeah.
Martell says, basically, "You should stay out of our business." And she said, "I've always been in your business. You put me in your business." He went, "Well, not that
What the hell was that?
way."
Stay out of my really? We
Yep,
are your counselors, dumbass.
yep. They're not their counselors anymore, but
Oh no.
Martell, uh-uh, they're not counselors.
They don't still counsel them individually?
No, they were
No. Okay.
relationship,
They
just
were
really,
relationship counselors only. Gotcha. Not like life coaches. Okay. Just
and
checking.
I don't even think that she has like a dedicated job to be a counselor. I think that's just what happens,
Mhm.
part of her, her plight.
Right.
But anyway,
It's a shame.
Carlos tries to kill everything, or did I get that right? Carlos says, "Listen, kill the noise. We're not doing this anymore. We've had this conversation for the last 6 seasons. Cut it out. I don't even want another fight scene between Melody and Martell." But at this point, Melody's riled up. She was like, "No, I'm tired too. Shit. At the end of the day, this man keeps trying to accuse me of cheating. So what's the proof, sir?
Right.
I'll be willing to own it if you can give me the proof, because you are constantly worried about a vagina that does not belong to you
I,
anymore."
w- I was laughing so hard when she said that.
And Martell is unable to give her proof, which you would think he would have it at the damn ready.
Ugh.
I
He's got
mean,
nothing at the ready. He just wants to say it and put it out there so his friends can go, "Ooh, that's what women do."
at the end of the day, it's just wild that he didn't even have anything together. So it just lets you know that everything that he's said, everything that he's told everyone else that's been kind of standing on it, like, "Oh, thank God, this makes sense because Martell is such a good guy. He's such a nice guy. He's such a this." Well, it just went all to the wayside after that.
Mm.
At the end of the day, you have nothing. Melody also said, "By the way, you jumping into Nell's face is absolute BS. It's disrespectful." She said that she's talked to Chris about it.
Right.
Chris said nothing. Chris has
He,
reverted
she's,
back to Nell Fletcher's husband,
he's,
like within seconds.
he
He
gave an excuse.
he
I mean,
gave
I still agree he's Nell Fletcher's husband, but he did give an excuse. He said it was because he views them being his wife and Martell as brother and sister.
hmm,
And
felt like,
so for him, it's a brother and sister that's having a fight and not some man attacking his wife. That's how he explained it.
huh. Well, anyway, Nell Fletcher's husband was wrong. And he kind of just sat there and smirked. End of the day, it was wild. Let's get to Kiki and Tisha. They wrap up the scene for season 3. Kiki is brought back out on stage, and
Oh,
child,
wow.
Kiki is caught like many of her predecessors, um, Jesse Jackson Jr.
Oh my gosh.
Jesse Jackson, the great, saying that that N word, think he can really be president. Okay,
Oh
that
my
was what
god.
he was giving us here. He
Kiki.
ends up calling Marceau a big old bish.
Yep. Every BIH in the book. You couldn't
You
stop her from
said,
saying that word. It was every 30 seconds, every 3 seconds.
she said, "You one lying bish." Okay, you one lying.
Hmm.
So I'm a streetwalker now. Is that what you're saying? Huh?
She was
I mean,
mean.
she
I
has.
bet you won't cross this line. I mean, poor Tisha over there on the other side of
She
that
said, "I'm gonna
damn
come for you.
fan.
I bet you won't. You got me once, honey, but you won't get me again." Tisha
You won't
fan
get
in
me.
her
You won't be
face,
get me again. I was
trying to
like,
keep that
really,
makeup on.
girl? You know, if the two of you actually had to go to the bathroom right now, you wouldn't go because you know that if she catches you by yourself with nobody else around to stop her, you're going down. So
I
you
mean,
might want to
listen,
stop. You might want to
Kiki
stop
actually
taunting
said
Kiki.
that Tisha has whooped her butt before on many,
Listen,
many
I'll
occasions.
believe it when I see it.
Tisha, and she's whooped Tisha's butt before on many occasions.
I think Kiki was being kind.
The problem is, are they still in a place where they're physically coming at each other? Tisha clearly isn't. Kiki is.
Right. Tisha is not in a place where she's coming after her. But I think, well, I don't know. Tisha could be down low down and dirty, but Kiki is definitely in a place where fisticuffs is her middle name and she can't wait to show you what she's all about.
What I got from Kiki in this scene is that she wanted a level of understanding that only Kiki and Marceau could bring.
Yeah.
Period. Nobody else on that stage would have been able to give her grace except for Tisha and Marceau. And I say that because they really know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
So she's saying to people, like she said to Carlos when he said, listen, I really, do you want to be a part of her life? Are you sad about this? And she said, yes, I really am. I really want to be a part of her life. I'm really hurt by where we are in our relationship. And I go too low. I know I go too low. It is one of the things that I am working on. When she said that, I went, oh, she really wanted Tisha in that moment to say, listen, that's my cousin, just like you would do for anybody that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids is out of pocket. I don't give a damn what you think about them. That's my son. That's my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to like it. That's my child, right?
Right.
Or me and you. Well, I don't like what you're saying. I don't care what you don't like. I
Mm-hmm.
wish you would fix your mouth to say what you don't like.
Right.
That's my family. I know who she is. I know her heart. I love this person. You don't get to talk bad about them.
Right.
And you have the two people who know you better than anybody calling you out for your flaws, for things that a stranger would say I dislike. And now they're doing it to you, and you realize that you're on an island by yourself. Because nobody can take up for you, not even Stormy at this point. Not Stormy, not Mel, not anybody. And I believe there was rumors out there that she had gotten into it with Tisha's makeup artist, or that Tisha's makeup artist came after her
In
during like one of
Huntsville?
the commercial breaks
Oh, at the show? At
at the
the
show.
reunion? Oh,
Mhm. At the reunion. So that was one of the rumors, that there was interactions between the two of them.
damn.
And there was also, just what we saw off scene. So she, for the most part, she was being rope-a-doped,
How
child, like
old are
Muhammad
these
Ali.
people? I know how old Kiki is. How old are these makeup artists that are
Oh, I don't know those people.
okay?
I don't
Huh.
know. This is all alleged, but these are the stories that were coming out. There was audio that dropped where you could hear the woman screaming. I think you could hear Tisha's makeup artist screaming and acting out. And I was like, whoa, well, if OWN is handing out pink slips, child.
They're not.
Some of y'all don't know how to act.
Right.
But yeah, at the end of the day, she was definitely getting it from all sides. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you believe that everything happens for a reason, Kiki has been in a place for a very long time where she's been talking about working on her anger and all of those things. You got to
Mhm.
look at this as God saying, I put something in your lap that you weren't ready for. So how do we move forward? Start working on it.
Right.
Start working on it so you
You
can
got time. Yep.
you get to the next level like you want to do, because that should never stop you. You
Mm.
should never sabotage your own opportunities ever.
Yeah.
I mean, we all do it at one point or another. Let's start there. I don't want to make it seem like, she's done something that's unusual. Oh my God, call a scientist in to look at Kiki under a microscope. We all have that moment where we sabotage something, and then you know how to move forward next time.
Right.
She's
Lesson learned.
lesson learned. Now she gets to move forward. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Move forward and be honest about it, because the shit is documented on the internet. It's documented on the
Okay.
show. And I
It's
was
out
like,
there, so you can't hide it. Yep.
those people on the show, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make this a part of it," and then all of a sudden, child, we don't get Kiki at the very end of the scene. She is not a part of the group scene, of the group pick.
Now, is that because she's so angry there towards the end that she really is about to beat somebody up?
How do I know? I watched the show like you. All I could say is it looks like she was angry and they told her ass to come off that stage
Oh.
because they didn't want no problems. Carlos King leaves the stage. We see everybody hugging each other and saying good show. We heard Melody say, "Good show, guys." Like she is taking a leadership role like a mother.
Mm.
Good show, guys. And we see that chair get picked up of Kiki's chairs get picked up, and I don't know. She wasn't on the stage with
Well, I mean, if she knew she
Tiffany and
couldn't do
Lewis.
it, then good for her.
She wasn't on the stage with Tiffany and Lewis. I don't know. And they didn't even talk about Tiffany and Lewis scene with but you know what? They didn't talk about anybody's scene show. I think they were just wrapping everybody up.
Mm. Okay.
But that's pretty much it, child. Any final words on it?
No. No, it was a good season. It was a really good season. I was actually really pleased with season 6.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that season 7 is even better.
Me too. It sounds like it will be.
Mhm.
Okay. So, anyways, guys, y'all go on ahead, hit that like, subscribe, your notification bell, share this video, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.